Hello everybody, this is DeMarr. How are you doing today? I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about a few things that are on my mind. One of the things that I've noticed as people are showing the brick and mortar to click and order video, that a lot of people, especially with the 45-day challenge that's going on, a lot of people are getting people interested, but they're not getting them to they're not getting them to the point where they get started. And I want to talk a little bit about that. There's a lot of things that I'm going to shoot a lot of these different videos, but this one specifically on helping people get started even though they have not paid their money. Many years ago in network marketing, I learned from I've said it 100 times, I learned from some incredible mentors, and one of the things that I learned that the written list is the most important part of someone getting started, and that is creating their inventory. A written list is just an inventory of people that you need to start your business. If you don't have people, it's really hard for someone to get going. And so your job as a sponsor is to help someone get their list together. Now, does it have to be written on a notepad? I like that because it's easier for me. It's just some old school stuff. But no, it could be on your phone. It could be the database in your computer. The important thing is to get with your the people that are looking at doing the business and get that written list written, or get some names and get phone numbers and addresses and make sure you have that, and then work with that newly sponsored distributor and help them get on the phone with them and start sharing, using a simple script. And I've got several of them on Facebook, on the Facebook Brick and Mortars to Click and Orders Facebook, of different ideas and concepts what you can say to people. And the thing of it is that once you get somebody, here's the process. You ask people to take a look at the video. There's a lot of different ways to do that. My favorite thing is hey, I've got a video. I'm involved in a company. If they know it, I'll say, you know what it is, but I want you to take a look at this new video we have. And at the end of that video, there's talks about 3 types of people. All I ask you to do is, after you watch the video, is to make sure that you tell me which one of the 3 you are. And there's no pressure. By the way, Jim, one of those 3 ways is to absolutely do nothing and not even participate in the product or my business. So I give them a way out, but I specifically steer them to the 3 types of people. So I'll do that. And if they tell me they're 1, then great, I'm going to drip on them. If they tell me they're 2, great, I'm going to take them to the ways to get started and have them watch that video that talks about the 3 types of users: the pay-as-you-go, the retail customer, and the $31. And of course, I'm going to ask them if they want to just send cards or they want to send cards and gifts, and they say both, then I'm going to steer them to the $31 customers. I believe that is the most powerful customer that Send Out Cards has, because they're the largest users, and they're more active, and they stay active, and they stay on the system longer than any other customer that we have as a user of the system. And the reality is it's the lowest price, and 99% of all retail and pay-as-you-go customers never buy any type of gift. They don't attach a gift to any of their cards, or even think about gifts, because the price is a lot higher. So that's how I approach them. If they decide, if they're 2, if they're 3, then I have them watch the video that's online that talks about becoming an MD, and I show them that video. And then afterwards, it's real simple. I have a couple of things that I do that help me speed up the process. So if Jim is the prospect, I'm going to say, Jim, and he's looking at the MD, watch the video. I'm not going to ask him, so where do you see yourself, you know what I mean, or anything like that, or are you ready to get started? Or I might say that, but most likely I'm going to say this: Well, Jim, all I need to do is get a little information from you right now, and I can get you started. I can get your username and your password set up right now. And then I'll just start asking questions like, what's your name? How do you want it to appear on the envelopes of the cards and on your check? Then I'll ask for the address. I'll ask for the zip code. City, state, obviously, and all that kind of stuff. I'll ask for phone number, email address, and I'll be writing this down on a 3x5 card or a notepad or something there. And then what I'll do is I'll say, even if it's over the phone, I'll write that down. And then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, so what is your Social Security number or your tax ID number or your identification number? Because when you make money, the company is going to have to show that. And so I'll get that information, and then I'll ask them which card they want to put it on, and I'll go through that process and get that information. Then what I'll do is I'll say, okay, I'll call you back, and I'll actually do it for them. And I'll put them in the system, and then I'll obviously they're going to get an email with their username and password, but I'll call them back with all of that. Then the next thing that I do is if someone says, well, I got to think about it. And I said, great. How long will it take you to think about it? So I just learned to ask questions so I can get the answers that I'm looking for. So I'll ask them real simple. So how long will it take for you to make a decision? And they'll tell me, they'll say, well, by the weekend I got to talk to my wife, or I have to figure out my finances, or whatever it may be. And I'll say, great. I learned another little phrase that is really helpful. And that is that yeses are great, nos are okay, but maybes kill me. So might say to Jim, will say, Jim, okay, Monday I'd like to call you around 5 o'clock if that works for you, 2 or 5, either one works for me. And I'd like to call you back. Now, yeses are great, nos are okay, but maybes kill me. So when I call you back, just prepare to say a yes or no. And a yes meaning that you're ready to do the business. No means you're not ready. You still have to think about it. And then if that's the case, then we'll get you signed up as a customer while you're thinking about it. And test drive it for a while. And if they call them back and they say maybe, then my goal, whether they sign up or not, the $395 means nothing to me. It means nothing to send out cards. It means nothing to help you build your business. That's nothing. That's just the processing fee to get them started. What really determines whether they're going to work this business is by getting a written list from them. If you can get a written list from them, then you have your chances jump to 90% that you're going to have a successful team there. So ask them to start writing names down. And the larger the list, the better it is. So if you can get 100, 200, 300 people on the list, and you might even want to sit down with them and start going through a memory jogger. But if you can get a list, whether they paid their $395 or not, if they've made a decision and they're ready to go, other than just the money or something of that nature, then get them started to write a list and get them started in the business. Because here's what will happen. If you start with them and start contacting people, and that people start becoming interested, and sometimes it's just people are interested and go, oh, that person's interested, and what will happen is they'll sign up sometimes just because of that. But if they find some people and they're ready to get started, I can tell you right now, they're going to find the money. They're going to figure it out and join. So the written list is really important. Now, another thing about that written list is that, you know how a lot of people say, well, I don't know many people, or I don't know that many people, or I run out of names. Well, that's fine. If you're always constantly getting people who are interested and you're getting their written list, then you'll never run out of names. You see, it's not about how many you do. In other words, it's not how many people you sponsor, but how well you teach a few. And that's what this business is about. So if you've got some fence centers, get their list. Start working with them on the list, and you'll be surprised how many of those people will get off the fence and they'll get busy or start working the business, or pay and join and pay their $395. And if they don't, you still have a list of people that are a warm market because they know someone that you know. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you this morning, and I wish you the incredible, most exciting day of all. I'm going to go fishing now. See ya. Bye.